Well, welcome to this problem session working homework problems in Chapter 7. The first problem that was assigned but is no longer assigned is homework 7.1, which you can see I crossed out homework 7.1 because this problem was answered incorrectly on the answer key. So if you did the problem correctly on your homework and submitted it, you'd get the wrong answer. And I didn't want that, so I dropped this problem out of the homework assignment. But I think it's worthwhile to show you how it would be solved correctly. That would help you with other problems. So originally there were 5 problems on homework assignment 7. Chapter 7. So I deleted problem 1 from that list, which leaves you with 4 problems on the homework assignment. And the system, Connect system at McGraw-Hill, automatically reassigned the other 4 problems from 20% each for 5 problems to 25% each for 4 problems. So Chapter 7, doing those 4 problems, very, very important because, and getting them right, because they're worth 25 points each. So let's go ahead and solve this problem. And I'll also solve one of the other 4 problems then that you have on this particular homework assignment. So this problem was stated as follows. The cost of grading and spreading gravel on a curvy rural road is expected to be $300,000. So that's a cost. So I'll note it here, $300,000, and basically that would be at t equals 0. Right now you have to spend the money to do that work if you want to get the benefits from it. And it says the road will have maintenance, will be maintained at a cost of $24,000 per year. So that is M&O cost of $24,000 per year. So we have cost as just dollars because that's a single cash flow at time 0. And then we have M&O costs. So those 2 will make up the total cost. And so let's read on. The question is now, what's the benefits? The improved accessibility has led to a 134% increase in the property values along the road. So there's going to be a benefit to these property owners, and they're part of the public, so to speak. If the previous market value of the property was $900,000 and it increased by $134,000, so what will calculate the benefits? So the benefits is equal to the increasing property value values. In fact, there's more than one property on this road, and it's $900,000 by 134%, so it's times 1.34. So that's your benefit, and that's going to be now at t equals 0. So that's a present value, that's a present value, that's an annual value. Then he also tells us then that the interest rate I is 6% per year and compounded annually, and then the N is 20 years. So now the first thing when you're doing a benefit cost analysis is you have to decide whether you want to use present worth, annual worth, or future worth of the cost and benefits. So we have basically three items here: the cost to build a road, the M&O cost, and the increased value of the land. So and two of those three are present values. So I'm going to use the present worth. So my BC ratio will be equal to the present worth of benefits divided by the present worth of cost. So the benefits, B, is basically this, $900,000 times 1.34. We got that from 134% increase. So that will be $1,206,000. And that's at time zero. So that's a present value. The cost is $300,000 to build a road. So that's at the present time, so I'll just write that down. But then you have this operating and maintenance cost of $24,000 a year for 20 years. So I need to bring that to the present. So that's going to be $24,000 per year times P given A, 6% for 20 years. When I multiply this quantity times this amount, I get a single present value. So I'll just get dollars, okay? So this cost then, I should say the present worth of the benefits is this number, and the present worth of the cost is this number. So present worth of cost equals 300,000 plus 24,000 P given A, 6% for 20 years. That number turns out to be, when I looked it up on my app, $278. So if I add those two together, I get $575,278, and all those dollars now are at time zero. So now I have benefits at time zero of $1,206,000. I have cost at time zero. You can see that the benefit cost ratio is going to look pretty good. So BC equals present worth of benefits divided by present worth of cost, which is going to be $1,206,000 divided by $575,278. And when you do that calculation, you get 2.096, which is greater than 1. So this says the project may be accepted. I say maybe because maybe there's other projects that are more valuable, so that you would decide you cannot spend this money right now and do another project. So that's where we are with that one. So the next homework problem we're going to work is problem 7.4 when I accessed it in the homework assignment. And this particular problem asked us to find the profitability index, PI. I think this was in section 7.3 in your book, but the profitability index is basically the present worth of the benefits or you could use annual worth or future worth, but it's the value of the benefits divided by the cost. And the in the benefit cost ratio, we'll see that, for example, this benefit to the government of a savings of $200,000 a year would have gone into the denominator as a negative cost, but in the profitability index, it's a benefit, so it goes in the numerator. That's just something you'd have to know to work this problem. So basically, PI, and since we have a single value here at the present time, we have a single value here, this is a benefit, this is a cost at the present time, and then we have one value here, we have a series here and a series here. By the way, the disbenefits are not considered at all in a profitability index. So this $3,000 is not going to come into play. It's going to be, and I'm going to use present worth. So I'm going to use the present worth of the benefits plus the savings divided by the present worth of the cost. So that's going to be my basic equation, and of course the profitability index has to be greater than 1 for it to be in a possibly accepted project. So let's work on the benefits, okay? Present worth of benefits equals, well, you have $45,000 at the present time, so that's $45,000. And then you have another benefit here of $26,000 at year 4, so that's a single payment of $26,000 at t equal 4. So I'm going to multiply that times P given F. The interest rate is 10%, and that's going to be for 25 years, and that will give me the present worth of these benefits, okay? So that's going to be $45,000 plus $26,000 times P given F, 10% for 4 years. This is 4 years, okay? I'm sorry. It's at time 4. So this is going to give me $17,758, and when I add these two together, I'll get $62,758. So that's the present worth of these two items. The savings are worth $2,000 a year for years 1 through 20. Okay, so the present worth of the savings is $2,000 per year times P given A, 10% for 20 years. And cranking through that, I get $17,027. And so if I add the present worth of the benefits plus the present worth of the savings, which is going to be my numerator, then I will get basically the total numerator value, which is $79,785, and that's at time 0. And then I'm going to disregard the disbenefits because it's a profitability index problem, and the only cost then that I have, present worth of the cost, is $44,000. So the BC, the benefit cost ratio, the PI, profitability index ratio, is 79785. That's the present worth of the benefits plus the savings, which is just considered another benefit in the profitability index. If we were doing a benefit cost ratio, it would go into the denominator as a cost. But when you're using profitability index, the only thing in the denominator, it's kind of like the modified benefit cost ratio. The only thing in the denominator is the initial cost. So in this case, it's $44,000. So in that sense, the profitability index is kind of like the modified BC ratio, restricting the denominator to only initial costs, and that's why we had to throw that savings back up into the numerator. So when you do this calculation, you get 1.83813, and that is greater than 1, so this project can be done. And that basically concludes this homework problem session. Thank you and good luck with it.